Well, we have everybody on campus now, and while we're waiting for fall camp and the season, looking for things to talk about, I thought I'd go back and take another look at the receivers, since that is one of the areas that people are wondering about. I'm only including the scholarship players. Should note that C.J. Cole and Hudson Clement are walk-ons who are expected to contribute somewhere along the way. Not sure about this year, given how many receivers are currently on the team. But I'm going to take a look at, in terms of class and size. Neither of those guarantees just how well they will play, but I think it starts to give us a little bit of perspective in other ways. The class listings are from the official roster. I don't know exactly what some of them end up meaning in terms of how long somebody can stay or will stay. So eligibility and desire to stay are different. But at the moment we have, out of about, I think it's 14 receivers, 12 or 14 receivers on the squad. Braham, Carter, Massey, and Polk are seniors or redshirt seniors. So 2 of them should start. Massey likely to get extensive playing time. Polk, some work as receiver, and possibly the #1 kickoff returner. So, well, we've got experience up there, but also means at the end of this year we do lose a couple who could be important. Then we have to look at replacing them. Okay. Juniors, Aaron, Horton, Malashevich. Redshirt sophomores, Fox and Mallinger. Of course, we're still waiting to see how Mallinger comes back from his injury. Only 1 redshirt freshman in Williams. So they're in the middle classes. We do have a solid number of players. We're losing 4 off the top, but we do have players coming up who already have experience. Freshman class, not big, but it's good. Gallagher and Ray. Both of them could contribute, probably will contribute this year. How much they contribute depends partly, of course, on just how good they are and how fast they pick things up, but also how well the more experienced players perform. I'd like to see the more experienced players do well enough to give these freshmen time to maybe redshirt. But of course, there is always that excitement about seeing them out on the field soon. The future at wide receiver looks extremely bright. Maybe by next year or the year after, if everybody hangs around, we may have the best set of receivers that we've seen at one time. Now, switching around, looking in terms of size. In the senior group, we have Polk at 5'10", 184. Then Braham 6'2", Carter 6'3", Massey 6'4". There's definitely size on the receiving corps. That's not going to be an issue. And again, at least, Braham and Carter likely to start. Massey likely to play a fair amount. So there are going to be some very big receiving targets out there, not even counting tight end. And I'm not covering tight end in this video in case you hadn't already noticed that. In the middle classes, Malashevitz at 5'9", 184, Aaron 5'10", Fox 5'10", Horton 6 foot, Manager 6'1", Williams 6'2". So we have a sort of a split group. There are some smallish guys, biggest guys 6'2", so we don't have in that particular group a really large target, and we will have lost the larger targets from the seniors, but we do have Ray coming in. And if C.J. Cole does get playing time, he stands 6'4". So there are still big targets on the team. We just don't have them grouped in one class the way we do this year. Now, with the freshmen, again, we have average height in Gallagher. We've got the big 6'3", 6'4" target in Ray. So we have a mix of receivers. We have a good spread overall in the classes. We lose 4 this year, but we gain 2 on the freshman end, and those 2 probably the most talented on the team, if young. But I do think there's talent in the more experienced players. But we have some rangy and fast receivers. We have guys who can reach up and pick the ball out of the air. And if you watch film on these guys, the ball doesn't have to be especially close for them to grab it. With that size and willingness, we should also have better blocking from the receivers than we've had in the past few years. But the receiving corps is interesting and well varied. It's not that we have one type and not another. We're not overloaded in terms of a type of receiver or really in terms of the class. We will be losing them at a relatively steady basis, bringing them in at a relatively steady basis, and we already have a couple of very good commits for 2024. Possibility of at least one more there. Is the receiving corps proven? Nope. Is the receiving corps an interesting thing to think about? Yeah. Cause for concern? I don't think so. A lot of people are worried just because there are question marks. But questions don't have to be cause for fear and worry. They can also be cause for expectation and hope. I like the way they look on paper. And I think I'm going to like the way they look on the field. I'm looking forward to it. I suspect most of you are looking forward to it. And hopefully come December, we'll enjoy looking back on it. In the meantime, I'll think of more videos to do. Keep us going until fall camp. Then we'll see what we have to talk about as the camp progresses and we get back into the coaches giving us some input so we can do our talking. Now please Click the thumbs up, subscribe, make comments, tell your friends. Help me out. I appreciate it. And I'll see you later.